is what they do, I think, is they latch onto a message and they try to sell it even if it's fake.
J.D. Vance probably didn't help with the story about him and a couch by mansplaining. AOC wrote, "Why are you sitting like that?" generating 23 million views.
If you're going to be in politics in the social media age, you've got to kind of have a thick skin and just do what you need to do.
What Vance's Democratic counterpart Tim Walz did in Philadelphia was bring down the House with this.
I can't wait to debate the guy. That is, if he's willing to get off the couch and show up. So, you see what I did there?
So let's talk about the elephant in the living room eyeing the couch, as my friend Jonathan Larson writes in the News, a daily news briefing that is must subscribe. If you haven't heard, an obviously fictional claim that Vance had sex with a couch has gone viral, giving the term love seat a whole new meaning. Are some people believing it? I suppose. Everything is believed by someone, but Democratic politicians aren't claiming it's true. They're just having fun with how it resonates because it perfectly captures the weird sexuality of the weird party and the weird vice presidential nominee. Underscoring the point, conservative columnist Ross Douthat wrote on X, "The joke from Walz and others are nasty lies." But as Larson writes, it's only nasty if you think there's a moral component to it. But couch f***ing is a victimless crime, assuming it's your couch. Taking moral umbrage at fictional divinophilia just reveals your obsession with policing how other people sex, even when consent isn't an issue. That's why this couch has legs that would make Queen Victoria blush. And that's why Democrats think it's funny while Republican big brains think it's serious. Because they're weird.
Should we toast here?
Yes, we need to
See,
toast.
this is the good stuff here. It's
like
high caffeine, low calorie.
Mm-hmm.
You know it, you feel it. These guys are creepy and yes, just weird as hell. That's what you see. That's what you see.
We're effectively run in this country via the Democrats, via our corporate oligarchs, by a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives and the choices that they've made, and so they want to make the rest of the country miserable too. And it's just a basic fact. What I said is very simple. I think American families are good and government policy should be more pro-family. Now,
except that Vance and Trump oppose many of those pro-family policies, like providing meals for school children, early childhood education, allowing women reproductive rights, protecting families from gun violence. The contrast between what Vance and Trump say and what they do is weird. And it makes a story about Vance and a couch seem plausible. The love seat scenario seems no more unusual than, say, Donald Trump having sex with a porn star just months after Melania gave birth to Trump's son. Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, and countless other Republicans act in ways that are a bit different, unusual, and often contradict their claims about being politically and religiously conservative. Now, all of the ridicule seems to be getting under the skin of both Vance and Trump. The former president called into Fox and Friends on this day, and he lashed out at the Harris-Walz duo.
There's never been a ticket like this. This is a ticket that would want this country to go communist immediately, if not sooner. We want no security. We want no anything. He's very heavy into transgender. Anything transgender he thinks is great. And he's not where the country is on anything.
The transgender stuff is a reference to Tim Walz passing a law in Minnesota that requires schools to carry tampons and place them in girls' and boys' bathrooms. Polling data shows most Americans support helping girls when they get their period, regardless of which bathroom somebody wants to use.
Mr. President,
this is a shocking. Let me tell you, this is a shocking pick, and I think it's very insulting to Jewish people, and I think it's very insulting to people that want security. I think it's very insulting to anything having to do with making America great again.
Several Republicans, including Trump, have now claimed that by Kamala Harris picking Tim Walz instead of Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, who was Jewish, the Democratic Party must not like Jewish people. For example, conservative influencer Eric Erickson wrote on X, "No Jews allowed at the top of the Democratic Party." Except, as readers added in a context note, the Senate Majority Leader, Secretaries of State, Treasury, Homeland Security, Attorney General, Director of National Intelligence, and the husband of the 2024 presidential nominee are all Jewish. On Fox News, Jessica Tarlov noted the Harris issues with Shapiro had nothing to do with religion.
There was the chemistry issue. There was his support for school vouchers, which angered the teachers' unions. When all of the labor bosses gave interviews, they liked Tim Walz the best and Andy Bashir from Kentucky. I don't think that's because he's a Jew. I think it's because he wasn't as strong on labor issues. If the Republican Party was such a safe space for them, why are there no Jewish Republican senators? There are 9. They're all Democrats, and Chuck Schumer is a Jew, and he's the leader of our party. There are 26 Congress people who are Jewish, and only 2 of them are Republicans. It's also the Secretary of State, the Secretary of the Treasury, the Director of National Intelligence.
Have you ever heard of Stockholm Syndrome?
Greg Gutfeld, another weirdo. They are arguably everywhere in the Republican Party and in conservative media. The focus now, though, is on Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. And Vance's apparent cluelessness is keeping the ridicule going.
Now, I would call her up here to come and speak, but then I think I'd have to sleep on the couch tonight, so I'll leave her alone.
With Vance, the memes, jokes, and internet roasting have gotten so intense that one of the more popular punchlines in recent days is about his other furniture and whether Vance is into one night stand. Get it? Night stand? Amazing. By the way, a Fox News guest just humiliated Donald Trump supporter Laura Ingraham on her own show.
If you're Kamala Harris right now, you're killing it on what matters. What matters in a campaign is money, particularly now, and she's killing it raising money.
Why
so
are the billionaires giving her money? Kevin, you know these people.
No,
My
she's not
viewers
getting it from
know.
billionaires.
Why?
She's getting it.
Silicon Valley and Wall Street.
at a time. She's killing it. Look, I'm not
Silicon
defending
Valley
the
and Wall Street is shoveling money at Kamala Harris. Why is that? You know they are.
Because it's working. Because she's figured out how to get these. Look, I'm just telling you the facts.
Okay.
You don't want to hear them? I won't tell them to you.
No, but
she's raising
it's
money.
not working for regular.
Check out that video at the link below. It generated a lot of comments on YouTube. One of the most popular is from Alexander D'Antonio, who wrote, "Is anybody capable of humiliating Laura more than she does on her own?" No. I look forward to reading your comments about Donald Trump and J.D. Vance getting torched, including over furniture. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.